Hi everyone, welcome to Mr. Wagid's math class. Today we will be talking about systems, and let's start with the digestive system that you're already familiar with. What makes it a system are the different organs that they work together to complete a process, which is digestion. Or maybe the irrigation system. What brings the water to your lawn is a whole system that works together from the pump, bringing the water to the pipes, to the nozzle, to your lawn. So it's a system because more than one component has to work together to complete a process. What does this has to do with math then? Today, we will be solving a system of linear equations by graphing. So what is a system of linear equations? It is a set of two or more linear equations with the same variable, which means they have the same kind of variable. So let's look at those two equations. Y equal x plus 1 and y equal 2x minus 7. Those are two equations. They have the same kinds of variable, x and y. The solution that we're looking for is the ordered pair x and y that will make both equations true. Here's an easy example to start with. Can you find a solution x and y that will solve both equations? X plus y equal 5 and x equal 1 plus y. So this is called a system of linear equation because they both have the same kind of variable, x and y. To start with, let's make a table where the sum of two numbers is 5, where x plus y equals 5. Here's a table already made with x to start with 0 and y is 5. If I add them, I get 5. 1 plus 4 is 5, 2 plus 3 is 5. But now what if x is 3 and y is 2? It does equal 5. And x is 4, y is 1, does equal 5. And x is 5, y is 0. If I add them, I get 5. So that satisfied the first equation. Now there's another condition that I have to satisfy, which is x needs to be 1 more than y. So look back at your table and find where x is only 1 away from y, 1 more than y. And there's only one solution, which is x is 3, y is 2. So your solution, x and y, we write it as an ordered pair, is 3 for the x, 2 for the y. Let's see if that works. So substitute the solution in both equations to see, does it make both equations true? Does it balance both equations? Let's start with the first equation where x plus y equals 5. Substitute x with 3 and y with 2. 3 plus 2, does it equal 5? Yes, it's balanced. So it worked for the first equation. Now let's check the solution with the second equation. X equal 1 plus y. Substitute x with 3 and y with 2. Does 1 plus 2 equals 3? Yes, 3 equals 3. It's balanced. That's why there's only one solution, which is x is 3, y 2, that solves both equations. Making a table to find the solution of system is a long process. So today, we're going to learn how to find that solution by graphing because it's much easier. For you to understand that, let's review how do we graph equations written in slope-intercept form. Remember, the number attached to the variable x is the slope, and the number that stands alone and not attached to anything is the y-intercept. So step number 1 is to identify the y-intercept and put a dot on the y-axis. Step number 2 is to identify the slope, and if it's not a fraction, make it a fraction because you need the rise over run. Step number 3, use the slope to draw more dots and then connect the dots to create the line. Now let's review graphing equations written in standard form, that is ax plus by equals c. Step number 1 is to find the x-intercept by substituting y with 0 and solve for x, or cover the whole term y and then solve for x, then go to the x-axis, put a dot on that number. Step number 2 is to find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, you substitute x with 0 or cover the whole term that has x and solve for y. Then go on the y-axis, put a dot on that number. Then draw a line to connect those two dots And that's how you graph equations in standard form. Now let's practice finding the solution of system of linear equation by graphing. Solve the system of linear equation by graphing. The first equation is y equal negative 4x minus 7. And the second equation is x plus y equals 2. The first equation is written in slope-intercept form, so I will leave the steps for you to remember. Step number 1 is to identify the y-intercept. And the y-intercept is the number by itself, which is negative 7. So go on the y-axis, find negative 7, and put a dot there. Now, step number 2 is to find the slope. The slope is the number attached to the variable x, and the number attached to the variable x is negative 4. But it's not a fraction, so I will put it over 1, which means go down 4, write 1. But I don't have space to go down 4, so I have to go up 4. So from the y-intercept, which is negative 7, go up 4 and to the left 1 and put a dot. Then use it again, go up 4, left 1. Step number 4 is to connect the dots, and here's your line. Now let's graph the second equation. The second equation is written in standard form. Here's the steps for graphing standard form. Step number 1 is to find the x-intercept by substituting y with 0. So x plus 0 equal 2, so x equal 2, or cover y, then x equal 2. Go on the x-axis, find 2, and put a dot. Now, step number 2 is to find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept this time, I will substitute x with 0 or cover x. So y equals 2. Go on the y-axis, find 2, and put a dot. The last step is to connect them. Draw a line connecting those. Watch how those two lines intersected at a point, which is the green one. So this ordered pair, negative 3, 5, is the solution. And there's only one solution because they met at one point. Those two lines intersect at one point, which is negative 3, 5. So the solution will be negative 3, 5. You can check and see if it works for both equations. I would like to start a business. You guys are going to help me figure out when will I start making money. Of course, there's a cost to open this business. I wanted to open a motel, but there's a cost to open that. The starting cost for this business, and there's cost to maintain each room every night. For simplicity reasons, let's say it cost me $500 to start the business and $10 to maintain each room per night. Now, I need to start making money, which is revenue or income. So the revenue, which is the same as income, I will be charging $6 per night. So everybody who comes and rent a room, I will charge them $6 per night. When will I start making money? When will I break even? How many nights do I need to rent this to start making money? And you guys are going to help me figure this out soon. Now help me out, start making profit with this situation. I wanted to start a bed and breakfast. I spent $500 fixing up a bedroom to rent. The cost for food and utility is $10 per night. I will charge $60 per night to rent the bedroom. When will I start making profit? For me to figure this out, I need to write and graph a system of linear equation, one for the cost and one for the revenue. So those are two equations. They make a system. I need to graph them, see where those lines meet. So the cost would be in slope-intercept form because I have a starting point and I have a rate of change. So I would write the equation in slope-intercept form, y equal mx plus b. So the cost, which is c, equals $10 per night, so the rate of change is 10, plus the starting cost, which is $500. The second equation, which is for the revenue, or R, or the income I will be making after renting those rooms, which is I am charging $60 per night, so the slope of the rate of change is $60. So R equal 60x or 60 times x. There is no starting revenue or income. So now I need to graph them. for me to graph them, I need to know what Y represents and what does X represent. Y represents the amount of money and the X represents the number of nights I'm renting those rooms. Let's graph the first one by finding the y-intercept, which is 500. Go on the y-axis 500, put a dot, there's the blue one, and now find the slope. The slope is 10 over 1, which means $10 every one night, but it's hard to find this on the graph. So I need to find an equivalent fraction, which is $100 for 10 nights. So go from 500, go up 100, which is 600, but this time you need to go to 10 nights and put a dot over there. Now connect those two dots, and the blue line will be the cost. Now I need to find the revenue. The revenue is R equals 60x. Since I started from 0, 0, there's no starting point. So my first dot will be 0, 0, and now the the slope is 60, so go up 60 for one night. So go up to about 60 for one night and put a dot there. Connect them and watch how the red line shows the revenue. Where did those two lines intersect? Those two lines intersect at one point, which is 10,600, and that's the solution. What does that mean? It means I will break even 10 nights. I will make $600, but it also cost me $600. So I will break even. I will not make any money. I will not lose any money. But if I rent more than 10 nights, that's when I start making profit, because now the profit is more than my cost. If I rent it less than 10 nights, I will be losing money because my cost is more than my profit. And you can tell from the steepness of the line. Watch how the red line after 10 nights is started to be steeper than the blue line. So, in conclusion, it's easier to graph and see where those two lines intersect to find the solution. That's how you find the solution of system of linear equations by graphing. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.